Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sheila Shittu and I am a pattern maker in Kano State. Our today's tutorial is how to draft an off-shoulder princess pad bustier. Because it's an off-shoulder, I'll be taking 4 inches off my shoulder. So I'm just going to be taking my vertical measurements. Like I said, I'm going to make it as off as 4 inches. So I'm going to be starting from 4 inches. My shoulder to my chest line is 8 inches. My shoulder to my breast point is 9 inches. My shoulder to my underbust is 12.5 inches. And my shoulder to my waist is 16 inches. Then my nipple to nipple measurement is 7 inches. So half of 7 inches is 3.5. So I'm just going to be taking 3.5 right from my waistline up to my chest line, starting from my guideline, 3.5 inches to my chest line. So at my shoulder line, I'm going to extend it by 1 inch, making 4.5 inches. I want that part to be wider than every other area, so I extended it with 1 inch. So I'm just going to be connecting these lines to form my lines, my straight line. Don't forget, I extended my shoulder line by 1 inch. You can leave yours if you want it. You can make it 3.5 or 2, but I want that part to be wider than every other area, so I extended it with 1 inch. So I'm just going to connect those lines together, forming my straight line. You can see. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm a newbie. I need more motivations. If you want to see more of me, more tutorials coming up, kindly subscribe, like, share and comment, and give me a thumbs up. Turn on the notification bell to see more tutorials. So moving ahead, I'm going to be taking at my breast point. I will go up by 1 inch and come down by 1 inch. Don't forget, at my breast point, go up by 1 inch and come down by 1 inch as well. You can see that. And moving to my underbust, I'm going to be going in by 1 inch on my left and right, 1 inch both left and right at the point of my nipple to nipple on my underbust, 1 inch on left and right. And moving to my waistline, I'm going to be taking ½ inch both left and right, ½ inch. Don't forget, left and right. You can see I have that already. This is an off-shoulder princess pad bustier, so I started it with 4 inches off from the shoulder. So I'm moving to the shoulder line, and I'm going to be taking 1 inch both left and right as well from the point of my nipple to nipple, which is 4.5 over there at the shoulder line. So I'm going to be connecting those lines. My 1 inch from my shoulder line will connect to the 1 inch that I came up from the breast point to form like a triangle shape. Both left and right will connect those lines together to meet with the 1 inch above the breast point. You can see that I have the shape, and my 1 inch will also connect from my underbust to my waistline. The 1 inch connects to the waistline of ½ inch on both left and right, forming also a triangle shape. You can see that. Then I will use my pattern tool to connect my underbust to my bust line, so that 1 inch that I came below from the breast point. My underbust will connect to the 1 inch of the breast point that I came down by, both left and right. I'm forming my cup area for my breast to accommodate. You can see that we are forming the cup already. So you have to connect those lines together. You can see that, making use of my pattern tool. Yes, you can see they are coming up with the desired shape. So I'm going to be taking my horizontal measurement. My back is 8 inches. I'll mark down my shoulder is 8 inches. So I'll add the 2 inches back, because if I don't add it, I'll be short of fabric. So I added it back 2 inches. Then moving to my chest line, which is my bust area. My bust is 32 inches. 32 divided by 4 is 8 inches. So on my chest line, I'm going to be marking my chest measurement, which is 8 inches. 32 divided by 4 is 8 inches, and I'm going to be adding that half inch that I'm going to take away. If I don't add it, I'll be short of fabric, so I have to add that 1/2 inch back. You can see I added it. Then I'll now add my 2 inches seam allowance on my chest line, which is my bust. Then moving to my waistline, my waist is 26 divided by 4 is 6.5. I'll be taking 6.5 measurements because my waist and my under bust measurement is the same thing, just like 1 inch difference. So I'll be using my waistline as my under bust measurement too. So I'll be taking 1 inch of that under bust, between 2 inches, 1 inch on left and right. I'll be adding it back to the measurement. I'll be adding it back. I added it, then I'll now add my seam allowance of 2 inches as well. Don't forget, always add your allowances back. So I'll be measuring the total measurement I have there, which is 10.7, and extend it back to my under bust measurement. Since my under bust and my waist measurement is almost the same, so I'll be using my waist measurements as my under bust as well. So just like so. So I'll be taking my upper chest line, because it's an off shoulder. I'll be taking my upper chest line. You can see, you measure it, it's going to be an off shoulder, so you have to measure that part. I'm taking, and I got 12 inches there, and half of 12 is 6, so I'm going to mark my 6 inches. I'll mark that. That's my new back measurement, my shoulder. So I'm going to be adding that 2 inches that we took out. I'm going to be adding it back and add half inch seam allowance, making 8.5 inches for my shoulder area. So I'm just going to be connecting those lines together. This is a straight princess that Bustier. So I'm just going to be forming my armhole from my shoulder line to my chest line to form my armhole area with my pattern tool. Just trying to form my armhole area. So I'm going to be coming down by 2 inches for my sweetheart neck, depth of 2 inches. I want my neck to have a sweetheart shape, so I'm going to be coming down by 2 inches. Don't forget, I took away 4 inches already, but I'm going to come down again to make it have a sweetheart shape and connect those lines. So you can see the details. You can see the details already. We formed the shape we want. It's a straight princess pad Bustier. So I'm just going to eradicate those sharp edges. I don't want to see sharp edges, so I'm just trying to blend them together to have the shape I want. I don't want the sharp edges. So I'm just going to cut this out with my pattern scissors. I'm going to be cutting this out.